welcome to the Cilia Lee Show. I am your host, Cilia, and today we've got another beautiful lady on the show. We're going to be talking about, can you guess? Look at the goddess look, the divine feminine energy, all of that. Again, back to divine feminine and masculine energy, but this time it's a slightly different kind of perspective because I haven't really spoken much about spirituality as I want to, and I think this lady here, beautiful lady here, would be perfect to talk about it. Oh. Anyway, so before we continue, introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, what you do, and all of that stuff like that.
Oh my God, thank you for that introduction, and thank you for having me. This is going to be really good, actually. Yeah, I'm super excited. So my name is Monica. I am a DJ, and I work as an operations manager. I actually used to be a coach as well, so that's actually kind of how we bonded. So a lot of my coaching before was like spirituality and like empowering feminine essence and empowering just female energy and self-embodiment. So this is going to be really, really awesome, and I'm so happy about what you're doing, and I'm really, really supporting all of this. So I think this is going to be really amazing, and I can just see such a great future in this. So. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make me emotional.
Like I've said it to you before, and I'm like, I can just see like what you're doing and you know the passion behind it, and I'm happy to support you. So and like the spiritual side to this as well is something that is so important to talk about. Like it's not just like, you know, being empowered, but also connecting to your spirituality and like,
because I think like the spirituality side of things is, it really helps people to be more in tune with themselves, and also then it helps with their daily lives. Yeah, I believe that. Anyway. Yeah. So let me ask you this question: what makes you? How do you tap into divine feminine?
Yeah. This is just such a powerful question, because I feel like every single day is like a practice of like, because the society that we live in now is so more masculine energy heavy. And then we can even go into like the wounded masculine energy and not like the healed masculine energy, which is like completely different as well.
And even wounded feminine.
And wounded feminine, exactly. Yeah, like exactly that. And like, and I think that's also something I've become so much more conscious of, is like you can also be in your wounded feminine energy and not just just being more aware and mindful of coming from a healed feminine energy. And that's, listen, like I'm still on the journey. Me like like, you know, it's not like, it's literally like, this is like both of us, I think we're still, and that's the beauty of it, is we're in that era, like that spiritual awakening where we are discovering an awakening. And it's like, it's literally like, it's coming back to yourself and remembering who you are. Like that is, so much of that is internal. It's so internal. And how you're being in your feminine comes out in everything that you do. And how you feel about yourself and God and
so let's say typical day. How do you make sure like you're in your feminine? What do you do?
I think day? Like oh my God, that's such a good question.
By the way, we haven't planned it. I didn't send her any questions. It literally is all organic. I came up with the question just now.
And it's, I mean, that's the best way. But I think like coming from like more of my heart center, and like dropping down from my head and my ego, which I know you talk about a lot. And that, because that is such a masculine energy, and don't get me wrong, like there's the doing part that we need to have that balance. It's the yin and the yang. So I try, because I think my natural, like everyone has the feminine and masculine. And I think like it's sort of knowing also at your core what you naturally are. Like for me, I've learned, I used to actually be a lot more in my wounded masculine, just because of the way I was sort of like just work and everything and society.
Explain what wounded masculine is for those.
So like the sort of coming from a place of needing validation, working really hard, like the hustle culture, and I completely see the value in working hard, and that's not what I'm like saying is wounded. What I'm saying is like the need to hide the like validate yourself through your job, or like being too action orientated and not actually acknowledging what's going on inside and where that's coming from. And then you attract things that are also wounded, like relationships and even your everything that you're calling in is going to reflect the kind of energy that you're coming from. So if you're operating from a wounded masculine, which is very ego driven, it's not going to help, especially as a woman. Like it ultimately it will always be I ended up burning out, and I ended up really unhappy, and all the relationships and everything that I was calling into my life was unaligned and inauthentic and just completely not in my true essence, is more feminine. And like when I started to sort of lean into more of my authentic self and not giving a shit about literally everything, like when you can literally just be okay to like lose everything, that's when you really start to your true self starts to like feel seen and heard. And my true self is more feminine. Like, and now I'm okay with certain things that people won't be okay with, which is more wounded masculine. Like operating from this hustle culture, it's becoming really old. Like it's actually, we are kind of spiritually speaking, like the earth is moving more into the more feminine, because the feminine, like the divine feminine has been so like dishonored, and like I was saying to you before, that like and I see, like I just think women like us who are kind of honoring the divine feminine more, and like it's really reflecting.
How do you honor your divine feminine?
Like so much, like we were saying, like even our menstrual cycles.
I was going to go into that.
Like, and I know that this is something that you're really helping and supporting other women, and I think it's so important. Like your menstrual cycle, like a lot of people don't actually know anything about their own menstrual cycles, and even I'm still learning. Like still.
Like, you know, so you know how you said that I should be talking more about the girl earlier you saw, she was actually saying to me, like, even she learned so much about it, and she said I actually should do a series on the menstrual cycle. So that will be coming soon. But so how do you honor your menstrual cycle?
So like now, like before, like even just because obviously you're a personal trainer, so this is something that like and I'm quite like into fitness as well, and before, when I had a personal trainer, I used to like push myself just as hard when I was on my period, and even in anything I used to act like it was like a normal day, and I gave myself no mercy. And like I know a lot of women are not like that, like they will take the time and slow down, but they're actually truly not acknowledging, like, and that's just because of the way society has been. And it's like, it's actually a really powerful time to rest. Like it's actually, your power lies in that time to actually listen to your body and be intuitive. That's actually the peak of, because you're in sync with the moon. Like I don't think people understand how powerful that, like
do you know what I realized about recently, my cycle? I come on, so the moon, you know, like how it moves into different horoscope, different signs. So whenever the moon is in Libra, so I'm Libra, my sun sign is Libra, right? Okay. When the moon is in Libra, I come on my period.
Oh, that's so weird.
Recently,
amazing.
3-4 months, it's been the same.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna happen. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what that means.
Crazy.
But
that's amazing.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my God, like I'm like in sync with my sign.
So how? Okay, because I don't actually know when the full moon is in such. Is that like
not necessarily the full moon, but just like the sun. The moon is always in different signs. Every.
Okay.
Moves,
so you commonly.
Yeah, you can go go on this website. I'll send you the link. You can find out where the moon is. Yeah. So whenever the moon is in Libra,
that's so crazy.
Yeah,
like I'm not surprised.
But I find it. I don't know if it's always been like that, but I do find that ever since I've been more tapping into the feminine side and just more spiritual, be more conscious, I've notice it. I think it's got
it starts to sink.
You basically start to sink with Mother Nature.
100%.
And touching on the menstrual cycle. So for those who don't actually understand what we're talking about of honouring, so what she was saying, basically, I used to talk a lot. I'm bringing that back. Don't worry, I'm bringing it back. So when you're on your period, we don't get taught this in school. One is not only spiritual, but it's also like we as women, we don't get taught to take it slowly anyway. But so when you're on your period, ladies, you shouldn't be working out. Like, don't try and be like, oh, but will I gain weight, all of that? You won't gain weight, you know, first of all, unless that week you decide to binge on like shit there for like breakfast, lunch and dinner, something like that. Yeah. But use that week, like Monica said, take it easy, like just take it slow and just use that time to tune into yourself. Yeah. If you need to rest, because your body is because of your energy hormone level, that would have gone down that time, so that's why you feel tired. So it's okay to rest. Don't be beating yourself up. Yeah. And if you really tune into yourself, you're the most intuitive at that time. So anyway, what sort of activities you should be doing? So when I say don't work out, if you really do want to get out the house, you can go for a walk. You can maybe do some stretching, mat Pilates, just do like core, maybe just a slow movement type of exercises. And like me, when I'm on a period, I don't work out at all. I go to the gym I go to the gym and stretch.
And that's a lot coming from, and I'm so glad that as a personal trainer, you're really like representing that, because that's even for women personal trainers.
They don't know that. A lot don't know that, which is why I decided to become a personal trainer for just women, because I wanted, although it's just me by myself, I probably won't be able to change the whole world, but but you're doing your part. So with my clients, I always say to them, like, on the week you're on your period, let me know and we do Pilates instead, or we can take a week off, whatever, like that. And so I encourage them to do that. Some are a bit like, no, I still want to work out or whatever, but I do try to tell them, but if they don't want to accept it, it's fine, isn't it?
I mean, exactly.
So anyway, after you finish your period, that's when you're on your follicular phase. Your energy level and hormone levels will start to rise. So then that's when you can start to wake up your body with like dance, skipping, and like more like sort of like cardio. You can lift weights. And then,
so what is that follicular?
Follicular is after you finish your period. Okay. So that's last.
So it's like the follicles.
Yes. When.
Something like that.
Yeah. That's all the techie now. But that's like, it lasts for 7 days. Yeah. Then ovulation. You know what? I'm always just so focused on the spiritual side. But the science, I never actually got into the science yet.
But something that we should probably.
Yeah, but that's good feedback, because I need to look into that. But then we have the ovulation. Yeah. Then that's when your energy level and hormones is peak. Then that's when you can really smash that. Let's say if you want to do a class like spin or boot camp, that's when you can really smash it. That's why sometimes you'll be like, why am I so weak this week? But last week I smashed it. It's because of your hormone energy level, right? Yeah. So anyway, then the luteal phase, which comes in 2 parts. The first 5 days of your luteal phase, you still have high energies. You can do like good like strength training. Second half, you probably start to feel a bit tired, but you can still do lift weights and stuff like that. Yeah. The only thing is, I would say, like, try and avoid high intensity workout during that time. So the week before your period, avoid high intensity, because that will sort of activate the fat storage mode. Anyway, but and then also going to that more spiritual side of things now. The week before your period, you get mood swings. People start getting like moody or whatever.
Agitated, yeah.
Let me say this: it's because your truth is coming out. It's related to the estrogen as well, but your truth is coming. When I say your truth is coming out, it means that there's some sort of like trauma or some sort of resentment, something that you've been holding on to. Could be childhood, could be in your adult life, that you haven't let go, you haven't healed. That's why that luteal phase, that will come out, and you start being angry or whatever it is, you're venting. So you need to heal that part of yourself, right? Period. Some people like they cry. They vomit. Okay, it could be the vomiting, could be whatever the nutritional side of things. But when people start getting really emotional, start crying, whatever, something came to me just a few weeks ago. What I realized that you're purging.
I was literally gonna say that.
You're purging, because when
I was literally gonna say
when you're in period,
that.
you're shedding like the lining of the uterus. but you're also, like
you're
I said,
purging.
you're purging. You're getting rid of all this energy that's not serving. So you're purging. That's why you're crying. So if you're crying, that's okay. Release, and you feel. Then afterwards, you feel better. So this.
I was literally.
Yeah, this came to me when I was meditating the other day. I was like,
yeah,
it makes sense why we cry because we're purging. So sometimes you might not cry because you probably don't have anything to release. But if you cry, then you're just releasing.
Or sometimes it's there, and like you're not also realizing that you're not allowing yourself to purge, because that's the thing, is like we're not used to going inwards. Like we're just not used to doing that. And even like I was literally thinking about this the other day, like as you said, like your truth kind of comes out, and if you just, even if you're feeling that, like just listen to it, like literally just slow down, go inwards, and even just ask yourself, like, what is my body trying to tell me? Like, because a lot of this is coming from your sacral chakra, which is like your womb center, and there's so much wisdom and all the traumas. Everyone has trauma. Like we all carry trauma in our body. Like
trauma doesn't mean you have to be like.
It doesn't have to be like a massive,
it could be like something small.
It could be literally like just repressed childhood memories, or even like a breakup, anything, like literally anything. And your body stores that emotion. So like if you just give your body a chance to just just tell you what it's feeling and what it's going through, that in itself is healing. Like I can guarantee you, if you just literally closed your eyes and meditated when you were just on your peak of your menstrual cycle and asked yourself, what is my body trying to tell me? Or even ask yourself like a simple question, like, who am I really? Like, who am I really? And I'm telling you, you probably start crying because a lot of stuff will come out. A lot of things will come out. And like, that is healing. Like that is a good way to heal. Like,
another way how I went through my healing journey. By the way, we all heal. We're always on a healing journey, forever healing. Is journaling. Always. So when on my period, what I do is I don't work out, but I'll stay more in my journal. I meditate. I'll go for walks. I literally also read books. I literally just don't do work. I just don't do work because that's me tapping into my divine feminine.
And it's not like I'm not working because I don't want to work and I'm being bratty. It's like, no, I'm giving my body a chance
honoring your body
to like shed, like to get rid of it's purging. It's like getting out of ways, and also like just being like just enjoying like being in your feminine.
And just being
present,
present. Exactly.
Like
and I think a lot of time women are just, they're like, there's nothing to put anyone into shame or like whatever, but obviously because they don't know about it. Some people are not into spirituality, but like for example, you get male personal trainers, they'd be like, oh, like your period is not an excuse, come on, you can just push yourself, push yourself, you know, like that. I'm not telling you not to go for a male personal trainer, but I'm just saying, like, maybe you can enlighten them, tell them about it, like, oh, I'm on my period, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna work out, but I know then some of you might argue, but there's been scientific studies saying that when you work out, it will help lessen the pain or something like that. Okay, but you're still not honoring your feminine side, your body. And also, I want to say, like, the pain. Okay, when people tell me, for example, like the wound, like when period of pain, I associate that with trauma. I associate that you have some sort of healing, womb healing to do. Could be sexual trauma that you might need to heal.
Blockages, energy.
Blockages, exactly. That's why I do believe that these are where these pains are coming from. And for example, let's go to going to chakras. For example, like your throat. When people have is it overactive or underactive thyroid. When people have that, I immediately, in fact, just my client, whenever they tell me have something wrong with them, I immediately associate it with the certain chakras blocked. So, for example, this client told me that she had underactive thyroid, and when I got to know her more, she was telling me how she doesn't speak her truth. She always like, she just my family, I don't want to tell. I'm scared to tell my family how I feel, blah blah blah, and I'm like immediately the connection. Like, she's not speaking the truth, so it's blocked. That's why she's got underactive thyroid.
Oh my God. Like, it's like it's honestly so connected. Like everything is energy. Everything is energy. Like, and people are like, oh, like science is energy.
Exactly.
Everything is energy. I like, that is just literally it. Like, and 100%. Like, that's why I also believe in acupuncture, because like, even like, because acupuncture really focuses on blocked energies and like your chi, and like, if there's, I've had like people who have had like not had their periods for months, so they've had acupuncture and it's released a lot of the blockages in their chakras and stuff like honestly, like, it's so underestimated. Like, people don't understand how like everything is energy. Like, and I think you do understand it if you really want to learn about it and stuff like that. And you do, like, if you want to, it's like everyone's on their own journeys. But like, and like, and I think again with the pain stuff, like if you're trying to stop your body from going through pain, that's also not a good sign. Like, this is why I try to avoid as much as I can. I think I believe in Western medicine, and I think that there is a lot of good to it, but at the same time I try to like listen to my body and not just cover the pain, like, because it's telling, your body's telling you something.
And also talking about like the pain, like medicines, you know, like a lot of girls will take paracetamol for period pain. Basically, I want to talk about is that you know, a certain illness, whatever, people be like, oh, okay, well, why don't you just maybe just eat healthy? That's energy. Eating healthy food, that's high vibration. So that is, and again, that's energy. So yes, nutrition couldn't cure all these pain or illnesses, whatever. So you put all this high vibration food into your body. So then, and also at the same time, it's like you are helping to clear the negative energy. So it's all linked. It's all linked.
Like, and like, I don't like, if we're going to talk about food, like, I really have become like really, like, a lot of my diet has changed so much. Like, I this is just me personally, and I'm not trying to impose my beliefs on people, but I really do have started to like become more aware of like, when you're eating things that are low vibrational, like the energy of death, I think that you can kind of try to maybe be more conscious of like cutting down on stuff like that.
So are you vegetarian?
I'm like trying to be more vegetarian, and it's kind of, I'm in a phase now where I'm trying to like figure out how to get the protein and balance with that, and like not have too many carbs, but it's like trying to work out that balance. But I don't believe that you need to consume that much of that energy to be healthy.
So I'm not a vegan. I'm not fully vegetarian. I call myself flexitarian. But I don't really eat meat anymore. Don't get me wrong. With my the other day, actually, I had oxtail, because oxtail's my weakness. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not like, there's some things that I just find so hard to resist.
But I do eat
oxtail's good.
So good. I still eat like seafood and fish like that. But mainly, majority of the time, it is vegetarian.
And I think I'm not against, like, I do think that there's benefits to having like animal products, but not that much. I don't think it's good for our energy system. Like, we're supposed to kind of like be, especially if you're in your feminine, like I don't, like, you know, it's very nurturing. It's a nurturing energy. Like, we're actually nurturers in our feminine energy. And like, that's also another thing, is like, when it comes to honoring that as a woman, like, you know, realize that, you know, it's okay to want to like not work so much, like, and that's such a huge thing. Like, some people are going to be like, oh, like, this is so against feminism, but like, I really have started to realize that like society has really corrupted like the way feminism has sort of come into this. Like, it's really dishonoring what divine feminine energy truly is. Like hundreds of years ago, like, women, you know, our bodies, we carry a human. Like, we are powerful. We're powerful. Like, the fat on your body was there to, we can carry a little bit more fat naturally, because our body's designed to carry, like, and to nurture, like, that's, and to receive, like, that is actually how we are designed. You know, whether you identify yourself as a feminine or not, like, that is how we are designed. Like we're designed to receive,
Yeah.
and it's okay. Like it's actually okay to do that. And that's why when you ask me like how have I kind of come into my divine feminine, or like honor, or at least honoring it, is being open to receiving more, and not like in so many ways, is like all I need to really focus on is being authentic and being open to receiving. And I'm not saying I don't take action, because I do take action, but I don't chase. I don't but that is what feminine energy is, you know. I don't chase, I don't try to like
talking about chasing. So that's why, like, for example, as a PT, you know, like I don't know if your PT tells you about how it works, but basically, like the clients, for example, we always been taught that when you join a gym, you need to go be on gym floor, talk to people, you need to sell yourself, right? And there are certain PT who are always talking to every single client, right? But for me, I don't do that, because one, it's unnatural for me to say, I say, hey, how you doing? Would you like PT? I just feel like it's hard selling. But also, second of all, it's like you said, I attract. I don't need to chase people. So if I do get people inquiring about a PT session, I talk to them, blah blah. But I'm depending who it is, I might do like a follow. Oh, hey, how you doing before? Did you ever think about it? But I will never chase, because I'm not chasing. Yeah. Because if you really want it, one, I don't need to chase you. Yeah. And second of all, like you said, I don't chase. I just attract.
But and also, like, you do such a great job of like just showing up, and I think that as you know, that is a big part of it, is you show up as yourself, and that speaks enough for like, you're not kind of like not like sort of hiding away, like you do show up, and you show yourself on your social media, you show up as you are, and then you attract the clients that are aligned for you as well.
Exactly, aligned clients.
Because you don't also want to just attract anyone. Like, that is not the kind of energy you want to call in. It doesn't, being liked is not the same as being valued and respected. Like, as a PT and just as a woman, like, you know, I don't want that energy of like, just, I don't want some kind of energy that's not good, not my vibe. Whether that's in business and whether that's in whatever, like, you know. And I think that, like, showing up authentically is the best. Like, that's exactly what you do, and like, and it works for you. Like, and
like, for example, like, when you call it attracting people. Abundance, that's being feminine.
Exactly.
Receiving abundance, that's being you in your feminine. So I want to go back to that, about the head, about being the head and the heart center. So I think it's also to do with the wounded feminine as well. So a lot of women, we're going to talk about women now. We're going to talk about men, but talk about women. After coming from a relationship, right, they probably like, heartbroken, oh my god, they'll be like, I'm never trusting men again, I'm never going to do this like that. And so because of all of that, when they meet the next guy now, they're always in their head, and they're guarding their heart. I get it, because you don't because you're trying to avoid that pain, being that space again to experience the pain. But however, when you're in your head, you're so in your masculine, you're always so guarded, and you're not letting that man into your life. You then become so tiring. I think it's very tiring. But however, if you just relax and just drop down from your head to your heart center, and just receive and just go with the flow, because being in flow is in your divine feminine, and just know, if you do experience pain, then that's just life. Do you know what I mean? As in, like, it's okay, and then you learn from it. But just know that you've given your all. You came from the heart. You've given your true self. You've shown your true self. You showed out as your true self. And being, and then, you know, basically it's, as in, people are so scared of going back to being like that space of pain. They always avoid pain.
Avoiding pain. But pain is, you know, like, there's a quote from like one of the spiritual teachers was like, in like, if you're gonna be, like, the amount of pain you're going to be open to is exactly the amount of love you can also be open to. So if you're blocking yourself from pain, you're also blocking yourself from the amount of love that you can receive. So like your heart center is actually has the biggest electric magnetic force. So actually, if you're attracting from your heart and not from your head, you're more likely to attract things that are aligned to you, and you're your soulmate, for example. Like, and I think Danny Moreau was talking about this, like, and like how a lot of us, we attract, when we're unhealed, we attract our mind mate because we're coming from our ego. Whereas when you tap into your heart, and whether that's your romantic partner or any business partner, whatever, like, you're more likely to attract from your soul because you're not coming from an unhealed place or your ego. And like, you know, that's not necessarily right for you. Like, you know, and that shows in what you're calling in. Like, when you are calling in people who are causing you pain, you do also have to ask yourself, why am I calling in these people? Like, why am I attracting these people? Because you are the creator of everything. Like, you're the creator of your life, and everything that you're calling in, like, energy, like, attracts like. So why, like, and I'm not saying, I think everyone's there to teach you lessons, but if you're constantly attracting the same kind of energy, you then have to really ask yourself, where am I coming from? There's something clearly that's maybe unhealed that you're not.
I mean, I'm still learning. I'm
Same.
on journey, but I love the fact that because I'm actually leading most of the time, I'm leading from my heart. But I do catch myself in my head. But there's nothing wrong with that. But you just need to, like, you know, to have the balance. But it's a journey. You're learning and how to become the powerful, the better version of yourself. Become more powerful. Just
like, your ego is there to help you, like, you know, it's there to serve you, but not to master you, like, especially as
like, let it run your life.
Let it run your life. And like, that's the thing, is like, and like, for example, a healed masculine energy, like, that is such a grounded energy. And I think, like, the wounded masculine energy it's the ego is mastering that person. You can tell that person doesn't know how to control or like to observe their ego and like know when they're operating from out of fear, basically. Whereas like a healed masculine energy, it's grounded. It's like it has that leadership energy, and we have that as well. Like, you know, like that leadership energy, that safety energy, and we also have to use that as like, we as a woman as well, you also have to tap into your masculine energy, which does like, you know, the ego is great, but it's always gonna, if you're leaning too much into your ego, you're always gonna be coming out of fear. Like, you will, if you're leaning into your ego too much, you are operating out of fear. And when you start your conscious journey, you can start to really awaken to that. Like, it's, I don't know, I'm sure you can see it. Like, when people are operating out of ego and fear, it becomes so much more, like, you can just see it, you can feel it.
Oh my God, like, it's so much clearer.
So much clearer.
It's like, it makes me feel
some type of way.
Like, I'm just like, wow, it's like, it's so obvious. I'm thinking like, do you not realise you're stressing for no reason? Like, it's like so obvious.
And these insecurities and things like that, like, we are abundant by nature. Like, you are love, we are love, we are abundant. And like, it's so easy, the society that we live in, it's so easy to think that you just taps into your fears, and like the fact that there's a scarcity mindset, that you're not enough, that you're not, you know, you're not good enough as you are, and you're not worthy enough of the dream life or the dream partner, the soul partner, like a conscious coupling. Like, these things are abundant.
So it's like, talking about that, right, attracting your dream man or dream woman or whatever. So I believe you can absolutely attract the man that you want or the woman 100%. You want, right? So I used to, a couple of years back, I used to be like to my friend, I want a man that is that is basically okay. People who follow me will know the exact definition, but a man who will open the door for me. As soon as I walk through the door, he slap my ass. Okay, so basically has that kind of street, cheeky side, but at the same time he's romantic, soft, you know, like that, and a sweet guy at the same time. But maybe not the sweet, but like, I don't. If when I say sweet, people think, oh, like, I think he's wet, whatever. But it's more like the romantic, but at the same time, he's got that masculine and he's got the hood kind of side to him. Anyway, my point is, some of my friends was like, good luck finding that. Like, you ain't gonna find a man like that. And in my head, I'm like, yes, I am. Because I believe there how many people in this world? 8 billion people in this world. Of course, there is going to be someone like that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, there's abundance.
Yeah.
Of
and did you attract that kind of person? Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you, when I met him, I was like, yeah, prove you guys wrong. These guys do exist.
Yeah, and they do. Like, and you can like call in exactly what you want, and the universe literally does show you signs of like how powerful you really are. Like when you're going through a really hard time and you're like, or like say you're going through a really like hard financial situation and somehow money shows up, like it little, or somehow something shows up that gets you out of a situation. It's just like the universe really does like have your back if you truly believe it. And if you realize how powerful you are, like if you realize how actually like we are like creators of our reality, like we actually are creators of our reality. And and because you came from that mind, that energy of abundance, you're attracting that energy. Like, you know, if you believe that there's no guys out there that are good or, you know, then conscious, you're not going to. Like like life is just going to reflect back to you your own beliefs about yourself. And
also I think it's the healing part of you, isn't it? So like, you know how women goes, oh, why do I always attract these kind of men?
Exactly.
Go within. Check yourself. Is there something that you haven't healed that you haven't let go? You still live in a victimization mode, you know, like that.
Like it's a mirror. Like if you're constantly attracting the kind of people that are not good for you, what was that saying about where you're coming from? Right? Like, and you know, start the healing journey. Like, just, you know, it doesn't like open a door. Like it could be therapy if you don't believe in spirituality. It could be like but start somewhere. You know, like,
and also you know how they say surround yourself with like-minded people.
100%.
Or shift your energy, start attracting your tribe. I'm telling you. I was saying this to my friend the other day. I said, sis, since I've shifted my energy, I really have started attracting my tribe.
100%.
I really have. For example, you, like, we started talking properly about 3 weeks ago. Like that. To be honest, you know that day when you came to DJ at the gym, I kind of had a feeling. I was like, I saw her tattoos. I was like, I think she's a bit into spirituality because of your tattoo. And then after when you messaged, I was like,
yeah. And I like. That's the thing, is like when you show up authentically, like that's literally like, I forget that I have tattoos because I don't pay attention to them. But like, I know that when I see someone, I can sense their energy and I'm like, and I sensed your energy and it's because you show up authentically. And I was like, I just knew that I was going to speak to you at some point. And I knew that we were going to vibe. I just knew it. But I was like, I was waiting for the right time. I was waiting for the right time. And like, and also like, you sometimes when you're like on your journey of healing, you're around people who aren't necessarily on their journey of healing. Like, let's just say that. You have to also then think about like, you have to set an example. And I think that I knew that when we started connecting, it was two energies, like powerful energies that were on this journey. And I think it sets a really, really good example of like, I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't give a shit what people think. Like, and like, and you just attract and that is it. That is energy. Like, that is energy. Like, and I literally started this gym and it just happened so naturally. And this is the thing, if you show up authentically as yourself, you don't have to worry about it. You will attract the people that are right for you. Like, you don't have to chase. We didn't chase each other. No. It was just like, I was like, I knew. I saw you and I saw your Instagram. And I was like, like, because you're showing up authentically. You know, you're not like a bitchy person, which this is the wounded feminine energy, right? Like, which is bitchy and catty, and I don't feel safe in that energy. And so I could sense that you're not, like, you're on your journey of healing and you're in your healing, like, I can sense your healed feminine energy. And I was like, yeah, I feel like this is someone honestly, I didn't even think about it. I just was just like, I'm just gonna like holler at you, because I was like, yeah, like, and I don't, everything else is like, oh, like I can see that the bitchiness and with other people, and like it's so not on my energy level anymore.
Like when I sense people are starting to talk negatively, whether it was women or men, I don't get involved.
I don't get involved either. Yeah,
like, okay,
block it out. Like, and I don't want that in my space. Like, you know, I only want people like you and people who are on this journey. That's really what, because otherwise I'm wasting. It's energy leak. Yeah, it's like energy leaks.
That's the perfect word.
Like and it's not like, it's just and so being mindful of who you're surrounding yourself with is like so important, and you don't need to have loads of people, especially if you're like protective of your energy.
To be honest, people that I hang out with, I only have 3 or 4.
Yeah,
that's about it, really.
Yeah,
and I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
you know, I think again it's all to do with in your insecurities.
Yeah,
if you're secure within yourself and being true authentic self.
Yeah.
You don't need to surround yourself with that many people. I think a lot of people, nothing wrong with having lots of friends, but I know when people just always have to be out there and always feel like they have to be involved in something. Yeah. It's almost searching for validation.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, searching for validation, yeah. To feel like they are needed.
Yeah.
Kind of thing,
yeah. But how much of that is real? And like, you know. But yeah, and like, I just think listening to your, like, you know, like your feminine energy is just, it is like a journey, especially like when like everything and everyone is so masculine orientated. Like, yeah, like
you become more magnetizing.
Yeah, you become more 100%.
I feel like ever since I've tapped more into my feminine energy, like also, and I feel it as well, and also was that your mindset as well.
You're feeling it.
Yeah. And also your mindset. If you believe you are this, then you are.
Yeah.
I believe I'm sexy as fuck.
Exactly.
And
100%.
I have been telling women also come to me and say, "You're so sexy."
100%.
And I know people are going to say this, but it's a gym though. Basically, at a gym, right? Sometimes. I don't know if you've seen me. What I'm like in the gym. I mind my own business.
Yeah.
Right. I don't really.
Same.
I'm not really talking. Like,
yeah.
I'm not that social butterfly in the gym.
Same.
But I can sense, like, the attention from men. You can say. People, people can argue like, but it's a gym. There's a lot of thirsty men, but it's different. It's different. Yeah. Like someone like my friend's home
admires your femininity.
Yeah. So
feminine energy is so beautiful.
You don't even like exactly like you don't even have to be like the drop dead gorgeous to happen.
No.
So look, it's just it's your feminine essence that men are drawn to.
Yeah.
So like the guy that I met, basically he was like to me, he said it was the feminine essence I'm so feminine. That's why he's so attracted to me.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's the confidence and the feminine essence that he could. That's what was drawn to.
Yeah.
Drawn.
And that's the thing is like as a trainer as well, like. You know, you don't have to worry so much about your looks. Like, and I love that you encourage that. Like, it's not just about how you look, but it's so much about how you feel. That is such a huge thing, I think, when you're healing your feminine. Yeah. Like, because, like, how you're feeling is like, like, if you can look amazing and you don't feel good inside.
Yeah, no, that's what I taught. That's what I wanted as well.
Yeah.
Like being at peace with your body.
Yeah,
accept it.
And your digestion. Like, so our bodies are not like necessarily meant to eat certain things. And like, if your body's telling you, I shouldn't be eating this, it doesn't feel good, but you're doing it because you're trying to lose weight or something, you need to start listening to your body.
Well, that being said though, so like for example, I'm a bit lactose intolerant, but sometimes I still eat certain food because it's so yummy.
Well, but that's the thing, like you've got to also be like, you've got to also enjoy life as well. Like if I like, for me, I love to drink red wine. Like that's just something that I love to do. I know I'm not saying I don't want to be drinking. It's not something that I like doing. But if I'm away on holiday or something and I see red wine, I'm gonna drink some red wine. Like that's just like, you got to have a balance. You have to have a balance.
I think, but when you restrict yourself,
the restriction,
then that's you being a masculine. Because you'll be like, oh shit, no,
it's
I can't
fear.
Do it.
It's a fear energy.
Exactly,
like you know, go with the flow. Yeah, go with the flow. But if your body is literally like telling you that this is not working, and but like, you know, and you're so scared of like eating things and like, because you're worried, like, just like, what feels good for you, like what feels good for you is like, you're not gonna be left out if you're not like a certain shape, or you're not this, or you're like, you are abundant by just being you.
And also, and if people are going to judge you for the way you sound, the way you look, then these people
are not for you.
Exactly.
What are they? How is that good for you? If that person will only let you in their life or whatever because of the way you look, what is that saying about that person? Like, and is that kind of person you want? Is that the kind of people you want?
If anything, if that person judging you because of your look, he or she is probably insecure about themselves.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. And people who are so image conscious, they're hiding something. Like, they are not, there's something that they're hiding. And that's not, is that the energy that you want to carry, that you want to attract, that you want to call in? Like, because if you really want to heal and be a better version of yourself, you have to let go of these stories, man. Like,
I realized we spoke about wounded masculine, but define what is wounded feminine.
Oh man, good question. Like, when, for example, like when you coming back to being like menstrual cycles, it's like feeling the unworthiness. Like, in a lot of cultures, being on your period is seen as you're dirty, and like you're like, like there's something wrong with you. And women have been shamed so much, and it's this is why the wounded feminine exists so much. Is like, women have been shamed for their sexuality. Women have been shamed for our bodies, our sexual preferences, how we want to express ourselves, how we want to dress, how we want to look, the kind of like clothes we want to wear. Literally everything is judged. Like, and that is what creates so much unworthiness do you know how powerful you are as a woman? Like, and this is the thing, is like, this whole judging your like other women is, and women do it to each other. Like, women can be worse, and this is what creates the wounded feminine, is like, you're completely dishonoring your power
and comparing yourself.
Like, you're comparison, unworthiness, not knowing your value, not setting boundaries. Having boundaries doesn't mean that you are a bad person. Having boundaries as boundaries. Like, knowing your worth and having boundaries is like literally, we're taught not to have boundaries and things like that. And like, that is it as like, especially if you're in your like wounded feminine, you don't know how to have, and that's not, it's a learning, like you have to learn, but it's really important to know how to honor your boundaries and practice that everywhere, like in every self-love, like self-love, and like knowing your worth and knowing where your worth is not valued and respected. Like, again, like, you know, showing yourself as like being like, your image is more important than your actual worth and your actual value. Like, you know, those things. And social media doesn't always help. I think social media is really good, but it can be so detrimental to, it taps into the wounded feminine in that way, and people's fears and insecurities. It's like, you have to look a certain way to be of value, and like, that is taking you away from who you are and your power, and like, completely takes you away from your power, because, you know, it's not true. Like, that's just not reality. And your worth is not based on like, and don't get me wrong, like, I love to show myself on social media, and so do you. Like, I think we have and we should, like, we 100% should, if you're proud of who you are. But your worth shouldn't be based on things like that.
It's the intention behind it.
It's the intention, exactly.
Because, like,
exactly.
For example, like you said, if you post a picture of yourself, the intention is, could be like, oh, you know what, I'm going to celebrate myself.
Yeah.
This will inspire other people to also celebrate themselves, but not like, oh, I'm going to post this because I think I'm going to get more likes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same with makeup. And that's why I was saying, like, I was literally saying to Cilia earlier, like, I'm trying to reduce the amount of makeup I'm wearing, because there was a point where I was realizing that I don't ever want to feel like I'm hiding behind makeup. I want to wear makeup to celebrate my features,
to enhance it.
enhance my features, because I feel like, oh, I really like my eyes, or I really like whatever, and I just want to enhance them. But I don't ever want to feel like I can't go out without makeup, you know.
Talking about that, right?
Filters, yeah. I'm starting to like.
Yeah. I've never used filter. I never really liked it. I've tried it before, but I just didn't like it, because it's like the same concept as with makeup.
Yeah.
There's some girls, their stories and pictures are all just filter, right? Catfishing. So then when you meet them in person, you're like, they don't actually look like this. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so every now and then maybe you just that day you just happen not to feel cute. So that's why on a story you put a little filter. Fine, but I just think like if it's on your actual profile picture, or even I don't know. I've never been on dating apps, so I don't know if people actually use filtered photo as well. But I'm just thinking
mostly it is.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking. But when you meet that person, are you not going to think that person's going to be like, hold on a minute, you don't look like this? I mean, I think it's you're, like you said, you're hiding. You're deceiving these people. You're lying
to yourself.
You're lying. So you're not being truthful. So
I mean, I've done it, and like that's the thing, is like I'm starting to really. This is me as well. Like I used to do them because I thought it made me look better, and then I was like, but then I started to realize I'm actually hiding behind it, and that's not cool. Like that's not who I am. If you meet me, I'm not that kind of person where I'm like, I'm so self-conscious about my look. Sometimes I actually don't give a shit. Like I really don't care.
Like a supermarket looking like.
Yeah, and like I don't care. Like I don't. And like, even if I'm wearing makeup, if I'm not wearing makeup, like I'm more interested in people and their soul and their energy. And yes, our looks is obviously my appearance, but I'm not so focused on it as much as my filters are making me out to be. And I think that is really important. Like, are you hiding behind that, or are you in your makeup and you're lying to yourself, because you're saying that what are you saying about yourself, that you're not good enough and that you're not okay to, like, fair enough, you want to use filters, but also like just take it down a bit. Like, take it down a little bit.
You know, some people literally put those. This is where they changes the whole
completely
features.
Like,
you look nothing like this. Catfishing is real, you know.
Yeah, like it is, and like it's not. It's worse if you do that. It's actually worse, because people are going to think, oh wow, people will see that as more you're insecure. That's worse. Yeah. That's worse.
And confidence is what makes you sexy.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%. If you put on a bit of weight, if you're in a season and you've put on a bit of weight for some certain reason, this is why people have like bad relationship with food as well. Like, because they beat themselves up so much for falling off track or whatever. Like, if you can love yourself through whatever you're going through, it's so much easier to get back on track. If you punish yourself for everything, it's going to be harder. It's going to be so much harder to just be healthy and happy and be in your power. Like, you know, you're constantly being disempowered if you keep punishing yourself and you keep like just thinking negatively about yourself. Like, you know, actually try loving yourself, like, you know, and just see how much that changes everything. Like,
I think is a lot of times people don't actually know how to love themselves. They just think getting the nails done, getting hair done is loving themselves, but that's not. It's a lot deeper than that.
Yes, a lot deeper than that.
It's accepting who you are and having compassion, be gentle with yourself and all of that. Something just came to my mind before we wrap up, but like we at the gym, so it's like some women might be thinking, okay, so if I lift weight, that's gonna make me masculine, right? So for me, if I want to tap into feminine energy, maybe I just go do classes. Now, so if you're talking more about the spiritual side of things, when you're actually working out, whether it's lifting weights or whatever, if you're being and focus on your breathing, that's actually you being your feminine energy. Yeah. So just because you're lifting weights, okay, first of all, lifting weights will not make you look manly. First of all, okay. Yeah. I lift weights.
Yeah, exactly.
All I do is lift weights.
Yeah.
But So, for example, when because you're in the moment, right, you're focused on how your muscle is feeling. So again, being present is when you're in a feminine, and focusing on your breathing. So lifting weights, doing weight training is not making you masculine at all, like that.
It actually shapes you. Like, it's actually really amazing for your body shape. Like, and also being strong is a very, not being strong in that sense of like, I'm physically able to like lift heavy things. Is strong as in like, I'm loving my body and I'm building strength.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as like a woman, like, you know, having strength in your body is really important because like, you know, you have to be able to feel strong, to feel healthy and to feel good about yourself. Like lifting weights is amazing. I think like, you know, you don't have to lift like heavy weights, like just as long as you're doing like that like resistance training and stuff like that, like it's so good for your body shape, you know, like your body composition, like it can make it really feminine.
And also one, well, I feel like it's empowering when I feel strong. Second of all, so like with women, as you get to a certain age, the estrogen decreases, so that affects our bones, making them more brittle. So lifting weights actually will help with the bone density. So that's why you should be lifting weights.
100%. Like, but then also again, like just being like mindful of like not overdoing it. Like if your body's telling you something that like it needs, like if your body's having aches somewhere, like don't push yourself. That is something I see a lot of people do in the gym. Like they've got pain somewhere and they just keep pushing themselves, and it's like, you don't need to.
And also like one of my best friends, she always, every time I see her, she's like, oh, my bum is killing me, my leg is killing me. I was like, well, it's because they got DOMs, maybe she rest. Yeah, but I know, I just feel like I need to keep going. So she would still do classes and could still train, but when she always hear her complain, my bum is killing me, my leg is killing me.
That's the opposite of what you want.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, yes, every now and then you get DOMs, but you need to let your body recover first. Like, you shouldn't be going against your body. Like the pain is obviously the sore muscle soreness is good, but like when you're actually going through inflammation and pain, like there's something you should push yourself. And then again, it's like, what are you distracting yourself from? Like why do you feel like you need to distract? Like this is something like, before we finish, is like when it comes to like your unhealed stuff, like ask yourself why you're doing something. Like especially if you're looking for like people as well, like also if you're on a path of like wanting to attract a good partner, like you can meet someone who goes to the gym and that's really good, but like why are they doing it? Like are they doing it because they just they enjoy going to the gym, whatever, or are they obsessed with going to the gym that to the point where it's masking something like insecurities, or they're distracting themselves from something that they can't face? Always know, like going to the gym, having a partner who goes to the gym is great, but why do they go to the gym? Like, where is that coming from as well? Like, ask yourself those things, like go deeper when it comes to certain things, like why people do certain things, like why is that person doing it? Like, you know, it's a good thing to like sort of bear in mind. Piggyback on that, so I used to have a client, she has a body that all women would die for. She has had liposuction to get whatever, no judgment on that. But my point is, she'll still come to a gym and then she'll come to me and be like, oh my God, Cilia, I had this and this over the weekend. I put on so much weight. And I'm like, no, you look the same as I last saw you. But this just to show that she was, she came to the gym because it was for, don't get me wrong, vanity it will be somewhat part of it. But her reason for coming to the gym was just purely vanity, but she was not at peace with her body.
At peace,
like I'm telling you, she had like washboard abs. She was just constantly like, oh my God, I'm not happy. She just wasn't happy with her body. Just wasn't happy.
And you'll never be happy. With your body, with yourself. Like that is literally like a good example of like, why are you going to the gym? Like, why is that person so obsessed with the gym? You know, where is that coming from? Like, are you actually happy with where you are? And like, are you ever going to be able to give yourself some grace if you are just like constantly punishing yourself for every little thing? Like, you know,
Right, so let's wrap up here. We can actually go on for hours.
I know we could.
But we probably come back, do part 2, part 3, whatever, things like that. Any final like wise words for women out there or even men about divine feminine energy, whatever. I don't know.
I'm grateful. I just want to say, like, I'm so like proud and happy and supporting you, and just like I'm literally I'm just so grateful that you're doing this, and I'm happy that we got to do this, and you guys like just literally check out her content if you haven't already. And I'm just here supporting you.
Thank you.
And this is like, I just hope that like people, whoever's watching, can sort of like feel that like they can connect, or if it hasn't awakened something in you, like, but they can like just lean into their feminine energy. And Cilia is like a great person to talk to, so yeah.
That's a lovely outro. And me and Monica were talking about doing something together.
Yeah.
Something that will help you to tap into divine feminine energy, and
it'll
be fun. Because she's a DJ, and I like to dance, I like to twerk. So
I mean, that's something we haven't even spoken about, man. Like dancing and like
another time.
Because we both love to dance, and music. So
Right. Anyway, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. This has been amazing.
And if you like this, whether you're watching or listening, comment, share, like, you know the drill. Just show us some love. And until next time, thank you. Love you all.